Hey guys, welcome back to Brad Tragic. And you know what? Today I have another movie review. I know movie reviews have been few and far between on the channel. So today we're going to talk about a movie on Netflix, seen on Netflix. These seem to do pretty good, so I'm going to try and do more of these seen on Netflix movies. But today I'm going to be talking about a movie called Audrey and Daisy. Um, it's going to get deep in here. This is a movie about basically I'm trying to think. I want to say like cyberbullying, but not really. Um, basically, just kind of doing sexual acts to girls and really just ruining their lives. Basically, what it is, and this movie is really something that I think everybody needs to see. If they could tone it down and not talk about everything that they talked about in this movie. They need to make like a PG rated version of this movie. This would be something they need to show in the high schools. And I know not everybody would want this to be shown in high schools and like, stir up a lot of controversy, but it's one of those that needs to be shown in high schools. If they could make another version of this movie or come out with something with possibly Daisy um, behind it or about Daisy or Audrey's parents doing a video about what happened to her. I think it would be a good movie to have in the educational system because it is something now in today's age, social media, But basically, this movie it goes about. First of all, it shows Audrey at the beginning of the movie. It shows a lot of her and her friends are talking and things like that, and basically shows what happens to her. I don't want to give anything away because if you haven't seen Audrey and Daisy, it's something they were hyping about a couple weeks ago, I think, on Netflix, and I kind of sometimes a lot of these movies on Netflix, I push away because I don't want to see it. But I thought this was a good subject, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna check it out because I think that it's something kind of deep, and I want to see what it's all about. So I checked it out, and without a doubt, it was a really good movie. I mean, it was kind of long, and the documentary kind of stayed a lot on Daisy, which, in my opinion, I don't really know like about Daisy. Like that's the thing. Like you gotta watch yourself in this day and age because Daisy's story was kind of the one where like I don't know like I wouldn't know who to side with either in the movie if they put themselves in the shoes of the people in town, being the parents and being the brother and things like that. They should have understood that, yeah, like it's not going to be like 100% like being able to side with one person because the story doesn't. I mean, it. This is the whole thing. Okay, so this movie shows that the Audrey part is really, really like disturbing, and nothing really happened on either side of it, which is really sad. But the Daisy part of it, they did a lot of in depth. The guys admitted to doing stuff, admitted on camera that they did stuff. They got away with it. Um, and that's that's the one thing. But they were saying it was consensual. So, um, yeah, and and the girl's still there, but who you gonna believe? Because no parents were there. You're going on the word of teenagers, teenage boys. There was a group of teenage boys that were around the situation, and the parents of the girl of Daisy didn't want to believe it. So there's kind of a line in the sand, and the movie was pretty good. But at times I got tired because by the time I was tired of Daisy's story, they went back to Audrey. But I was way past being tired of listening more to Daisy's story because it kind of became, I don't want to say I want to say convoluted, but I don't think that's right. Like they kept on talking about it, and the more they talked about it, I wondered because it made me think like, okay, well, yeah, if I was in the judicial system or in the lawmaking process, I probably would have a problem understanding who to believe as well, and it would be hard to make a decision, and that's basically what happened. So, but I'm not saying you shouldn't check it out because there's two different things that happened here with both of these people, with both these girls. Um, they're very sad. to both of them, in my opinion, because things happen, and one girl they wouldn't believe, another girl. Well, like I said, I don't want to ruin anything for the documentary. Check it out. But the parents are very heartbroken. They were very sad over what happened. If you know anything about the movie before you watch it, you should know that it's going to be kind of heartbreaking. Um, uh, but yeah, Audrey and Daisy, check it out. Definitely a good documentary. I always like to recommend good documentaries, and I'll talk about them here. There's a lot of documentaries that just look like blah. Like, it doesn't look like subjects that I would want to check out. And if it's a crappy documentary, I will tell you, trust me. But this is actually a really good one. It's really well done. Like, there's comments that scroll across the screen. They have intermittent little things that pop up on screen, like they do at the end of shows, like, Jenny went to school the next day. She was raped and killed. Stuff like that. Like, they were to have something on there, They had those throughout the thing, and, you know, um, also they would have like comments like across like from text messaging. That's very hard to say. Text messaging and online like Facebook. They had something that kind of looked like Facebook come up on the screen and kind of do something like that. It was very very cool how the people that made the documentary went about it, because it was a really really well done documentary. Netflix did a good job. Whoever did the thing did a good job getting the documentary on there. And people did do documentary did a really good job. So definitely worth checking out. Check out Audrey and Daisy. It's a very very deep subject. Um, but past that, like I said, here is my final thoughts on just the topic in general. Um, be careful, especially. I mean, if you're a guy, like, yeah, this is more towards girls, and the reason why I say that is because girls are more touchy about this. Guys don't really care. Like, I mean, I guess we could. But I haven't really heard of a story about a guy. I'm sure it could happen, and it probably will happen, but and it might have already happened. But girls can be ruined because if a girl gets caught in a situation, if pictures get out there, a movie gets out there, even comments can hurt people nowadays, because that has happened. I don't even know what there was some people, there was girls that said something on Facebook and she got ridiculed for it, and people hunted them down and almost killed them, and all this other stuff like in real life. So you gotta watch what you do, watch what you say, even on YouTube. You gotta watch what you say or do. But in honest opinion, just be careful with the friends you hang around with. If any camcorders come out, don't be taking your clothes off. That's all I'm saying. So with that being said, yeah, definitely check out Audrey and Daisy, the movie. Educate yourself, educate your kids, educate, I don't know, your parents, because as adults, this could be the same thing. People don't talk about that, but at all ages, this could ruin you, because there's been people who has been on award shows and stuff like that, which got kicked off because they have things online that are graphic, and if anybody searches for them online, they can't be in the public eye. So you have to watch what you're doing, and you can't not do that kind of behavior, or you're going to get caught and you're going to get in trouble, and you're not going to be able to do anything. You're going to be ruined your entire life. And if it was your fault, then whatever. But if it's someone else's fault doing this to you, and you do not want them to do that, whatever. There's so many different cases, but all I'll just say is be careful in this day and age. Technology, social media, holy crap. Anyways, Audrey and Daisy, check it out. See it on Netflix. I recommend it. If I had to get a rating, it would probably be around a B+, because there was times where you're just like, oh god, really? Are they still on Daisy? But yeah, other than that, pretty good movie. I would say check it out. Yeah. Keep on rocking and keep on watching. Later.